Hello there folks, Monkey Cook here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, coming at you with the final installment of our From 0 to 1000 Achievement Hunting series for Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, the anniversary edition that released on the Xbox this past year. Of course, if you've been following along with this entire playthrough, you probably already know, but this is a continuation of our spoiler-full playthrough. So those of you that have been following along, we are at the final part. For those of you that are looking potentially for an achievement walkthrough, I have a text version of a spoiler-free achievement walkthrough linked in the video description, as well as the text version of the spoiler full walkthrough that I'm presenting to you on video here. We're basically just using my text walkthrough to record this video. So if you prefer the text option, feel free to jump over to my website and use that. So we're going to go ahead and load our last remaining save. And you need to check your coins. So you should be, at the very minimum need to be over 961. If you are not at 961 or more, you're going to need to go grind out some coins. Chapter 1 trial on easy gets you about 64 coins in 10 minutes, and hard will give you around 100 in 10 minutes if you want to do that. I'm not going to cover that here. I've already covered it in my other videos. You can reference my text walkthrough if you want to get the walkthrough for that, but I'm not going to be going through it because if you've been following along, you should be okay. I understand there are extenuating circumstances where you might have less, so just offering that as a solution. We've already grinded out Chapter 1 trials. You honestly could probably do it without any input from me by this time. So whatever you do, try to get yourself over 961 coins. 999 is the best if you can get to that. And when you are done, make a save. Hello folks, popping in here because I was rewatching this during my editing and I was lazy here, and I apologize for that. I hope this edit isn't too abrupt, but there wasn't a great place to put this. I told you to replay Trial 1 and just told you, yeah, we'd covered that before, and you know how to do it, and that is very lazy, and I apologize for that. In the video description, I have reorganized my text guide to have a direct link to the section with the quick answers for Trial 1. So if you do need to grind out some coins, I have included in the video description a link to the exact section of my text walkthrough with the quick answers for the first trial. And also, I mentioned in my walkthrough and in the video, both the video and text walkthroughs, that you should save afterwards. What I mean by that is, if you are grinding coins, you can save just like we did before. Once you get to the post-trial screen where you get your coins for however you did on each individual section, bring up your handbook with the X button, make a new save, and then you can back out and use the handbook to return to title, loading up the save and being brought to the menu of the save. And that's what I meant by both of those things. Again, I apologize for being lazy, and I hope that this interruption wasn't too much, but I'm going to send you back to the rest of the achievement walkthrough here. But regardless, you would make a save, and when you make that save, remember it. Just as I said at the end of our school mode playthrough, you're going to make a save, remember this one. We don't want to overwrite this one because we're going to be using a save load trick to unlock the achievement to for buying all of the gallery items, excuse me. The one thing you may have to do, and again, I've already mentioned this when we were doing the Mono Mono machine before our previous playthrough, is there is one present that you may not have, and you may have to, and you do need to get it in order to unlock one of the gallery items we need. So I'm going to go in here real quick, and it is the escape button. present number 92. And this is, after you finish the story, this shows up in the Mono Mono machine. You need to have one of these to unlock a one of the ending videos. It's basically the school mode ending video. So if you do not have this, you'll need to go into the Mono Mono machine and put in single coins until you get one. There's no way around it. Unfortunately, if you don't have it, that's the only way you can do it, because the next step is going to involve us buying all of the gallery items. And you need to have gotten at least one of these from the Mono Mono machine in order to have all of the gallery items unlocked. So again, if you need to, put in single coins until you get one, and then you can grind your coins back up to 999, or at least, as I said, over 961. At a minimum, you need to be at 961 or more. So, again, Mono Mono machine to get the escape button if you don't have it, and then build up your coins above 961, and then you'll make a save. And again, remember this save if you do make one, because we're going to be reloading it after we get the gallery achievement. So once you get the escape button, what we need to do is go to the extras here. So if you're back at the main menu, go into extra, and we need to buy every single item from these galleries, and this is going to take a little bit. So the event gallery is going to cost us 375 coins to purchase everything. This is just non-stop excitement here in the Danganronpa achievement guide. None of the other galleries take quite this long, so take some solace in the fact that you're getting the longest one out of the way first. Once you get to the Monokuma theaters, you know you're almost done. And there we go. All of the event gallery items purchased. Now go to the movie gallery. Do not back out any further. If you do, it may prompt you to save. Hit no. If you do get prompted to save, do not save, and then come back in if you happen to back out further than that. We need to do all of these in one sitting. Go to the movie gallery. And we need to buy all of these now. There's only 136 coins for these, so this should take you no time at all. There's only 3 of these gallery items that don't unlock automatically. They are the wrong end at the end of Chapter 5's trial, which we had you do during the story, the man's fantasy one, which we took care of, and then the escape button that you get out of the Mono Mono machine after completing the story. And the escape button unlocks this one. So if this one isn't available for you, that means you haven't gotten the escape button and you need to go get it. Movie gallery is done. The artwork gallery costs 255 coins. This one is a little bit of a longer one too, so. There we go. All of that is done. And now we move down to the sound gallery, and there's only 175 coins spent here. And once we get all of these, the achievement will pop, but don't do anything. And there is the achievement. Achievement number 33 of 38, Rogues Gallery, 70 gamer score, getting us to 650 overall. This next step is super important, so pay attention here. The Unlock All Achievements achievement will only pop if you have a save file in your game with the gallery's bot. So if you were to back out now and just reload your other save, when you get the other achievements, there is a chance that you will not pop the Unlock All Other Achievements achievement. So that's why we had you save slot number 30. Because we're going to back out and hit B again, and then we're going to save our changes. And we are going to use save slot 30 for this. So just make sure you're on 30, and then we have to be certain that we do not overwrite save slot 30. So make the save there. And now we need to reload the save. That we made either at the end of our third school mode playthrough, or the one that we made after grinding coins, if you had to do that. So we're actually going to back out to the main menu now, and we need to find the last save we made. For us, it is in slot 24, and we need to reload that. Now you have that save slot down at the bottom. That's proof that you have purchased all of the galleries. But if you go into extra, you'll notice we have all of our coins back. Quite convenient. Anyways, we're going to use some of those coins. Again, go into extras and go to the school store. And we're going to buy 2 more presents. Now, depending on how lucky you've gotten, you may have a lower percent than me. There was a little bit of ambiguity in how many coins we had earlier. And depending on how many you had earlier, you might still be back at 85.32%. If that's the case, what we're going to do is just put in as many coins as you can to get your repeat percent to 0. Doesn't matter how many you have. We're going to put in 82 here, but you might only need to put in 80 if you have a lower percent. And then we need to do it again. So twice, put in as many coins as possible to get your repeat percent down to 0. And then with that done, we need to do some slight math, although the game keeps track of your coins in the bottom left there. We need to put in however many coins we have left to get us down to 799. We're going to do one more school store playthrough, which means we need to maximize getting the 200 coins. So I think we're going to put in like 35 coins here. So put in, again, this will be different for you, depending on how many coins you had. Put in how many ever coins you have left. That'll get you down to 799. Doesn't matter what it is, if it gives you a repeat percent or not. It really doesn't matter. If you get a new item, great. If you don't, it's not that big of a deal. We'll have enough coins to get all of our remaining items at the end here. And we've gotten lucky, and we've gotten an extra item. Okay, so back out. Press B again. We're going to overwrite the save in slot 24 here. And we are going to now jump into our final school mode playthrough. So go ahead and hit school mode, hit continue, and once again, we'll cover a quick checklist of what we are going to do. Go ahead and hit yes to get into the action menu. Okay, so for the checklist of what we're going to be doing on this school mode playthrough, Monokumas will be your top priority again. Along with the Monokumas, we're going to focus on the Coke bottle glasses to start, then the 5 material tools, Mom's warm milk, and yada yada yada. After that, we're just going to search every room with the whole class as needed to finish off any Monokumas that pop up. If you're following along strictly with me, we will be taking Sakura, Toko, and Yasuhiro on trips. But those are the only 3 people we need to use trip tickets on this playthrough, because we have all the other classmates' school mode endings. So if you did have a catastrophic failure and you missed a school mode ending with someone, you can just add them into this playthrough should you need it. But if you don't, what's actually going to end up happening is after we finish like the 2nd or 3rd Monokuma, we're going to stop making Monokumas. We're going to build up our materials so that we can make the very last one on day 41, and that's all we're going to need to do. If you're following along with me exactly, after day like 25-ish, we'll stop hanging out with everyone, and as I said, around that time we're going to stop really caring what we do as far as gathering materials and stuff like that. We don't need to build any more Monokumas except for the very last one, which is how you trigger the school ending. So all in all, this is very similar to the other playthroughs we've done, but it's also significantly easier. All of our levels are maxed. We have 3 classmates with perfect rooms for hanging out, yada yada yada. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Everyone's first Monokuma is the Monokuma Casanova, and we're going to try to get this with the Coke bottle glasses. So we need the classroom, we need the physics lab, we need the art room, we need the garden, we need the data center, and we need the music room. Our cleaners are going to work in the classroom, and everyone else will go to those other rooms. And with that set up, we'll begin day 1. It'll bring us to our first free time session. We're going to do Sakura first. Sakura has a perfect room at the school store. So I do recommend saving, as you want to have those backup saves in case something happens. So go ahead and talk to Sakura and use a trip ticket to the school store. Her THHE is fire affirmation at he accepts me for it, and the dialogues are, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll, and let's organize things in here. Choosing one of them will get you to your first heart with Sakura, and we'll move on to day 2. Once again, on day 2, we'll focus on Monokuma and the Coke bottle glasses. Whatever you still need is where we'll focus our manpower and manpower. We still need basically everything. We have enough bags of screws, but I think the class is the only room we can abandon. Looks like the physics lab, actually, we got our wrenches, so we may be able to abandon that as well. So I'm going to move Makoto into the music room. Actually, I'm not going to move Makoto into the music room. I'm going to move Makoto into the art room. The physics lab can move into the art room. We still need garden stuff. We still need music room. Our 2 cleaners will go to cleaning. Physics lab will go to the art room. Data center will go to the music room. I'm going to have Sakura go to the art room, and Junko will go to the art room as well. I know that's kind of short loading our 3 HP rooms, but I'm okay with it. Nothing is super urgent on this playthrough other than the Monokumas, and with our searching level, the tools aren't quite as important as they were on our other playthroughs. So we're going to go ahead and spend time with Sakura again. She's right next to you, but you can use the headshot to teleport over to her as well. So go ahead and hang out with her. Use a trip ticket to go to the school store. Affirmation at he accepts me for it. Otherwise, we're looking for would that barrel be good for training. That's a pretty cute doll, and let's organize things in here a little. This will get us to 2 hearts with Sakura, and we'll move on to day 3. Again, we're going to focus on the Monokuma and the Coke bottle glasses. Hopefully we can make some of them. Oh, thanks, Monokuma. We got cleaning maestros. Awesome. Well, Hifumi has a level 9 cleaning rank now. Nope, we can't make the Coke bottle glasses. Oh, we still needed classroom stuff. Well, I'm an idiot. Let's make our Greek statue. We're going to make our Monokuma, and then we'll focus everyone in the classroom that isn't dead. Okay, we'll start the search. That should give us more than enough bags of screws. And we're gonna go spend some more time with Sakura. Again, just be careful. We're going to use a trip ticket and take her to the school store. Affirmation at he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. That'll get us to 3 hearts with Sakura, and we'll move on to day 4. Let's take a look at what we can make. We can get our Coke bottle glasses, which means we need to start working on the other things down here. So let's see if we can make any of these tools. We need 5 books of poems. We need 2 Greek statues, so we still need some aluminum cans. We're going to need 5 welders and 5 steering wheels. So we need sci-fi novels, which are library. Light bulbs are the nurse's office. Box cutters, which are in 2 different locations, but the library is the primary for 2 of those. I think the physics lab is for iron plates. We need something from the garden, a Venus flytrap. Wrenches from the physics lab. So, well, I think most of our people are going to rest today. So let's just take a quick look here. We definitely need aluminum cans, and we definitely still need a Venus flytrap. So we're going to put those 2 there. We need the small light bulbs from the nurse's office, and we still need stuff from the physics lab and the library. So I think I'm going to put these 2 into the garden and data center because we have the Coke bottle glasses now. So everyone who's blue is resting, everyone else is assigned. And we will go meet with Sakura again. Take her on a trip to the school store. Again, affirmation at he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. That will get you to 4 hearts with Sakura, and we'll move on to day 5. Again, for day 5, it is the final day to search for Monokuma parts. We need to make the Monokuma, so make sure you do. It's not as critical on this playthrough because we're going to give up on Monokumas halfway through, but if you do miss this Monokuma, you'll have to make another one down the road. So prioritize the Monokumas and keep up with me here. To save you a bit of headache later on. We still need a sci-fi novel. We still need light bulbs. We can make a Greek statue. But we can't make anything else. So what do we need? We need wrenches, iron plates, library stuff, and nurse's office, and the library. Right, the library has sci-fi novel, box cutter, Monokuma photo album. It does. It's interesting that we're struggling so much with that. We got the aluminum cans, we got the Venus flytrap, so we need light bulbs. We need the physics lab, the library, and the nurse's office. So we're going to rest you. Actually, we're going to rest these 2, and we'll just have these 2 fill in. So you're going to rest. So nurse's office, physics lab, library. I'm going to double up on the library because we have a lot of items in there we need. Don't worry about your cleaning. Your 2 level 9s will more than make up for whatever you don't do today. In fact, we probably could have just left it go and our 2 level 9s would have been fine. So again, this is our last trip ticket. So make sure you were able to get the materials to make the Monokuma. We're going to go hang out with Sakura, use a trip ticket, and go to the school store. Affirmation that he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. This will get you to 5 hearts with Sakura, and this is just a kind of reminder to double check Monokuma's hearts are going up for the character you are spending time with. I am 100% confident in my method here, so I already know I'm at 5 hearts, but if you are less confident, feel free to double check. Again, make sure you can make the Monokuma. If you can't, reload an earlier save, so because we need the trip tickets. Otherwise, once you have a 1 in the owned column there, press B to back out, and we will get some more trip tickets and be given our next Monokuma. Of course, yours will probably be different than mine. So first, let's go in and see it. Wow, we can make all 5 of them. That's a pretty good day. Next, we're going to focus on Mom's warm milk. So we need bandages, milk, and aluminum cans. So bandages are in the nurse's office. Okay, that's everything spread out. We just need to make 1, 2, maybe even 3 of them so we can start working our way through every individual room and building up our materials. So that should be enough to make at least 2 or 3, which is all we need. Again, we're going to hang out with Sakura here. I'm going to make a new save here. Just make sure you're not overwriting your save file with the gallery items unlocked. Take a trip to the school store. If you do overwrite that save, it's not the end of the world. Once we finish this playthrough, we're going to have 999 coins again. You can just repeat the process of unlocking all the gallery items and then reloading the save. Saving in another slot and reloading your previous end of the school mode save like we did after playthrough 3. So it's not, if you do overwrite the save, it's not a worst case scenario. You'll just have to repeat the same thing we did. Again, Trigger Happy Event is affirmation that he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. That'll get us to 6 hearts. And we'll move on to day 7, which is our day off. So we'll get 2 more times, or chances, to hang out with Sakura. So use a trip ticket, go to the school store. Affirmation that he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. But as you can see on my screen, we have the Trigger Happy Heart event. So we're going to fire affirmation at he accepts me for it. And again, if you need the statements, they are, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. However, you get the +1 to your hearts. That'll get you to 7 hearts with Sakura and move us on to our second free time session. So again, we'll go meet with Sakura for our second free time session of the day. Go use a trip ticket to the school store. Affirmation that he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. I'm gonna be honest, we have not seen let's organize things in here a little at all. And that makes me wonder if there are just certain statements that are programmed to show up more often. I haven't done enough research on that. It didn't seem like that to me. Maybe you're just seeing that one for Sakura, and I'm not. Could just be random like that. Anyways, 8 hearts for Sakura. We'll move on to day 8. As I said at the beginning, I kind of messed around with that, and it didn't seem like, for those that had an imperfect room, you know, maybe there's a room that has 2 +1 statements that show up more often than the other one, so that the Byakuya thing doesn't happen again where you have to reload 15 million times. But I didn't really see any data that indicated that that really happened. I think it's mostly random. So anyways, Monokuma should be your priority, and any of the tools if you haven't made them. So we need 5 pi calculators, we need microchips, we need 3 binary converters, and we need 1 welder. And now we can make the Monokuma, and we're going to focus on Mom's Warm Milk. We can actually make 5 of these, so we're in really good shape. In fact, we're basically set now. So we're going to have everyone come back to the classroom, and we're going to start our rotation through all of the all of the rooms as a class to build up our materials. This was day 8, which means this is going to be our 9th session with Sakura. So again, use a trip ticket to the school store. Affirmation that he accepts me for it, or would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here. That'll get us to 9 hearts with Sakura, and we'll move on to day 9. Again, do whatever you have been. Monokuma should be the priority. Your tools, a couple of Mom's Warm Milks, and then just moving around from classroom or room to room with your entire class searching. Just double check. Okay. We'll move everyone to the kitchen. We don't really have anything, so we're just going to use our Mom's Warm Milk. Not that big of a deal. Have everyone start searching the kitchen. And this will be our last day with Sakura, so if you have not gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event, you need to save standing next to her so that you can reload it until you get that Trigger Happy Heart event. So we're going to make a new save there. And again, use a trip ticket to the school store. Once more, if you don't have the THHE, you need to get it. So save, load, or load and reload until you get the Trigger Happy Heart event to trigger. You'll fire affirmation that he accepts me for it. Otherwise, would that barrel be good for training? That's a pretty cute doll. Let's organize things in here a little. And that'll get us to 10 hearts with Sakura, and one of our classmates is done. Again, Toko is next and has a perfect room, so Saving every once in a while is recommended, but it is not required. We'll move on to day 10. Yada yada yada. Monokuma should be a priority. But if you have the Monokuma done, which we do, we're just going to start, and all the tools done, of course, we're just going to start moving everyone from room to room. So, today we're going to go start meeting with Toko. Toko's perfect room, if you couldn't guess, is going to be the library. So we're going to make a save here. Use a trip ticket and go to the library. For her Trigger Happy Heart event, you fire negation at pointless expectations, And the three phrases you're looking for are I love reading and do you write using a computer? And if she shows up as Genocide Jack or Jill, you need to look for do you read any fanfic stuff. So you can kind of tell which statements are going to show up depending on if she's Toko or Jill. If she's Toko, you look for I love reading, do you write using a computer? If she's Jack, you look for do you read any fanfic stuff? Also, I think she has to be Toko for the Trigger Happy Heart event. So, do you write using a computer? Whatever you get, you can always get a +1 option, and that will get you your first heart with Toko, and we'll move on to day 11. Man, he's giving us all sorts of things every day. For the heck of it, we're going to give our other 2 cleaning maestros to Mondo, who was our 4th cleaner. We got our Monokuma done, though, so we'll just keep moving on to the next room. And, once again, off to spend some time with Toko. Use a trip ticket and go to the library, and again, negation at pointless expectations, or we're looking for I love reading, do you write using a computer, or if she's Jack, you're looking for do you read any fanfic stuff. This will get you to 2 hearts with Toko, and we'll move on to day 12. Day 12 will be the last day to search for the Monokuma material, so make sure you have them, or have the Monokuma made. You can make a save if you need to, but at this point you should be good to go. And we'll just move everyone to the next room. And we'll go spend some more time with Toko. Again, trip ticket to the library. Negation at pointless expectations, or I love reading, do you write using a computer, and do you read any fanfic stuff if Jack is there. Otherwise, choose whatever you have to get to 3 hearts with Toko, and we'll move on to day 13. So you have the chance to turn it in here. Again, if you can't make it, reload an earlier save because we need the trip tickets. But once you have the 1 under the owned column, press B to back out. And you will get your trip tickets. And you'll get a new Monokuma. Let's go see if we can make the Monokuma. We will not be able to because we need stuff from the gym, and we haven't even been to the gym yet. Yep, we need cardboard and tambourine. So we're going to focus on those first. So we're going to start with the music room. We got 40 tambourines, that's more than enough. Gonna go spend some more time with Toko. Again, go to the library with your trip ticket. Negation at pointless expectations if she's Toko. Or I love reading, do you write using a computer? And if she's Jack, do you read any fanfic stuff? But we have the Trigger Happy Heart event, so we're going to fire negation, so we'll have to hit left bumper to change the bullet here. At pointless expectations. I think it's the last one. Nope, not quite. If you need the statements again, they are I love reading, do you write using a computer, or do you read any fanfic stuff? However you get it, this will give you another heart for Toko and get you to 4 hearts overall. The next day is day 14, which is a day off, so we'll have 2 days to spend, or 2 sessions to spend with Toko again. So go ahead, spend it with Toko, use a trip ticket, and go to the library. Again, negation at pointless expectations, or I love reading, do you write using a computer, do you read any fanfic stuff if she is Jack? This will get us to 5 hearts with Toko and send us back to our dorm for our second free time session. So go meet with someone. Teleport to Toko. I should have saved there, but I didn't. We're going to use a trip ticket to go to the library. I'll just save next time. Again, negation at pointless expectations if you get it. Otherwise, I love reading. Do you write using a computer? Or if she's Jack, do you read any fanfic stuff? This will get you to 6 hearts with Toko, and we'll move on to day 15. I am being accosted by a tiny little fruit fly. If you don't hear from me again, I guess I was a fruit. So we're still going to need to go to the gym today to get the cardboard that we need for the stainless steel sheeting. But everyone's going to be rather tired, so we're going to use some of our mom's warm milk to heal everyone up. And move everyone into the gym. And we should get a crap ton of cardboard. And we'll go hang out with Toko. I am going to save this time because I've been trying to save before the 1st and 6th, and I forgot to save yesterday, so just go ahead and save. We'll use a trip ticket to the library. Again, negation at pointless expectations. I love reading, do you write using a computer? Or if she's Jack, do you read any fanfic stuff? We got the heart event again, so we're going to, again, LB to negation. And then we'll fire it at pointless expectations, which is like the 6th or 7th capsule. There we go, that'll get us the +1. The statements again are I love reading, do you write using a computer, or do you read any fanfic stuff if she's Jack? And this will get you to 7 hearts with Toko, and we'll move on to day 16. So we need 20 stainless steel sheetings. There we go. And we're going to make one paint just because, if you remember, it's not a bad idea. If you remember from one of our previous playthroughs, we'll go back and make our Monokuma, and we are good to go. So we're going to move everyone back to the data center because we still have the data center, the garden, and the nurse's office to do on our rounds. So go ahead and do that. We're going to go meet with Toko. And just to be sure, we're going to double check our hearts here because I haven't done that yet. If I'm going to tell you to do it, I should probably do it once in a while. Toko's up to 7 there. And Sakura got hers. So we'll teleport over to Toko. Use a trip ticket. Go to the library. And again, negation at pointless expectations. I love reading. Do you write using a computer or do you read any fanfic stuff? And as for whatever reason, certain phrases seem to pop up more. However you get there, this will get you 8 hearts with Toko, and we'll move on to day 17. You'll just continue to do whatever you've been doing, search for Monokuma parts, or just continue your rotation through all of the rooms. We'll go hang out with Toko again. Use a trip ticket to the library. Negation at pointless expectations. I love reading. Do you write using a computer or do you read any fanfic stuff if she is Jack? This will get you to 9 hearts with Toko, and we'll move on to the next day. Again, focus on the Monokuma. Giving us a cheat sheet, are you? That's rude. Well, let's get Chihiro up to 3. But again, just make sure you have the Monokuma done. And we're going to need to heal everyone up here. Should have noticed that, but I didn't. And we're going to move to the nurse's office, which is the last place in our rotation. And we'll have made 1 loop to every room. And this is the last day with Toko. So, if you have not gotten the Trigger Happy Heart event, make sure you save before trying to take her on a trip so that you can get it. Again, you need to have that Trigger Happy Heart event to get the school mode ending. Use a trip ticket, go to the library, negation at pointless expectations. Or, I love reading. Do you write using a computer? Do you read any fanfic stuff if she's Jack like she is for us? Again, if you need that Trigger Happy Heart event, reload the save until you get it. However you get it and get your final heart, this will get us to 10 with Toko, and we only have 1 classmate left. That is Yasuhiro, who has a perfect room, the dining hall. So last day to work on the Monokuma, so make sure you have it made. If you don't, focus on that today. Make a save if you need to. We're going to do 1 more rotation through every room. So once you have everyone assigned to the 1 room, start the day. And we're going to start hanging out with Yasuhiro. So go ahead and use the headshot. It also doesn't hurt to double check that everyone is at 10. And as you can see, Yasuhiro is now the last classmate that isn't in one of the boxes up at the top or doesn't have the little heart medal next to him. So he's our last classmate. So go ahead and teleport to him. We're going to go ahead and save before we chat with him. Use a trip ticket to the dining hall. For him, the Trigger Happy Heart event is fire affirmation at beg him to help me. And his statements are, let's make lunch and go eat somewhere, tell me all about power spots, and for breakfast, Japanese style is best. However you get there, this will get you to +1 with Yasuhiro and move us to day 20. We're going to get our new Monokuma today. Again, make sure that you can put a 1 in the owned column there. If you can't, you should reload an earlier save so that you can make your Monokuma. But once you have made your Monokuma and have the 1 there, press B to back out. You'll get your trip ticket. And we need this Monokuma as well. Unfortunately, we have to make it. So this is the last Monokuma we have to make for this playthrough. Technically, we could just postpone it because we have to make the last one and we'll get 4 trip tickets for making the last Monokuma. But we're just going to get it out of the way. So we need 10 secret books of poems. And then we need 19 more paint. So actually we're going to make 20 of them. Just so we have that 1 leftover paint for the final Monokuma. And with that done, we can make our Monokuma and we have nothing to really worry about the rest of this playthrough. We'll move everyone to the next room. That was interesting. We're going to go meet with someone. Because as you can see, if you look, we have 8 trip tickets, and that would get us to 9 hearts with Yasuhiro. So we need to finish 1 more Monokuma to get the 1 more ticket we need. Go ahead and use a trip ticket and bring him to the dining hall. Again, affirmation at beg him to help me. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots for breakfast. Japanese style is best. Whatever pops up, use it to get to 2 hearts with Yasuhiro, and we'll move on to our day off, day 21, to get 2 more free time sessions with him. So again, find Yasuhiro. Use the trip ticket, go to the dining hall. Affirmation at beg him to help me, otherwise let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots for breakfast. Japanese style is best. That will get you to 3 hearts and send you to the next free time session. Use a trip ticket to the dining hall. Affirmation at beg him to help me. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots. And for breakfast, Japanese style is best. That'll get us to 4 hearts with him, and we'll move on to day 22. Again, the Monokuma should be your priority here, if you haven't already made it. Otherwise, just keep moving your your workers around to each room, healing them as needed. We're going to go meet with Yasuhiro. Use a trip ticket. Go to the dining hall. Affirmation at beg him to help me. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots, and for breakfast, Japanese style is best. This will get us halfway there to 5 hearts with Yasuhiro, and we'll move on to day 23. Again, make sure you have the Monokuma done. Everything else is just kind of whatever at this point. We're going to move everyone to the next room. We're going to go meet with Yasuhiro again. Going to make a quick save. Use a trip ticket to the dining hall. Affirmation at beg him to help me. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots, and for breakfast, Japanese style is best. That gets you to 6 hearts with Yasuhiro, and we move on to day 24. And we are almost done, and the rest of this will go significantly quicker. More cleaning maestros. Gonna use them just because we can. Set task. We'll move everyone over to the next room on the list. Go ahead and hang out with Yasuhiro. Use a trip ticket to the dining hall. Affirmation at beg him to help me. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots for breakfast. Japanese style is best. That is the trigger Happy Heart event for us. So we're going to fire affirmation at beg him to help me. And again, the other statements are: let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots, and for breakfast, Japanese style is best. However you get there, this will bring you to 7 hearts with Yasuhiro. And I do apologize. As I said, there is a chance that you won't get your trigger Happy Heart event in the first 10 sessions, and you'll have to reload multiple times. Unfortunately, I guess fortunately for me, but unfortunately, it did not happen, so I can't show it off. But it has happened to me before, so there is a chance that you get to the end and have to reload. There was one time where I had to reload, I think it was 22 or 23 times, just to get that to trigger. So, if that happens to you, I'm sorry. I feel your pain, but for our playthrough here, we've gotten it before the 10 heart level with every one of our classmates. Day 25 is here. Again, make sure you make the Monokuma. You may have to heal here. Yeah, not a bad idea. We might as well. And we'll keep moving along the go meet with Yasuhiro. So, trip ticket here to the dining room. Again, affirmation at beg him to help me. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots, and for breakfast, Japanese style is best. However you get there, that'll bring you to 8 hearts with him. and we'll move on to day 26. Again, Monokuma is the most important thing. This is our last day to search for the Monokuma. So, since he gave us a spirit bomb, we're going to use it. But make sure you have the Monokuma made, or at the very least make a save so that you can reload if you don't or aren't able to make it. We're going to move everyone around to the rooms. Excuse me, I'm going to cough here. Sorry about that. Tried to move the mic away. The penultimate hangout with Yasuhiro. So use a trip ticket to the dining hall. Again, affirmation at beg him to help me, or let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots for breakfast. Japanese style is best. That'll get you to 9 hearts with Yasuhiro, and day 27 is next. We're going to turn in our Monokuma. That'll give us the trip tickets we need to finish hanging out with Yasuhiro. And because of that, we don't need to make the new Monokuma. The only thing we have to worry about now, so make sure you can put the one in the owned column, you know the spiel. If you can't, you'll have to reload an earlier save. But once you have one there, press the B button. You're going to be given your trip tickets. And you'll get a new Monokuma. Again, we don't need to make this Monokuma. The only one we need to make now is the one on day 41. In theory, it's best to make everyone keep searching, but the fact of the matter is, we've done 2. We're going to finish doing our laps in each room. So for the next 2 days after today, we're going to do the music room and the gym, and then we're just going to rest everyone until day 41. No sense in wasting the time trying to have everyone search. It's not really worth it. So and this is the last day we have to spend time with someone. Hopefully forever, or at least until I do my Danganronpa 2 guide, which of course I will be doing. Go ahead, fast travel to Yasuhiro. We're going to make another save just to be safe here. And then use a trip ticket, take him to the dining hall. Again, affirmation, if you do not have the Trigger Happy Heart event, you have to reload here until it triggers for you in order to get the school mode ending. So reload if you aren't sure. Again, we'll be making our save at the end, so you can reload if there are any complications, but best to just take care of it now. Reload. If you do get it, it's affirmation at beg him to help me. Otherwise, look for it. Let's make lunch and go eat somewhere. Tell me all about power spots, or for breakfast, Japanese style is best. And that'll get us to 10 hearts with Yasuhiro, and we are done. So our next day is our day off, day 28. Go meet with someone. We're going to make a save here. We're just going to double check that Yasuhiro's up to 10, Toko and Sakura are at 10. We're good to go because we've triggered the Trigger Happy Heart event with all 3 of them. Go ahead and overwrite your save. And now we're just going to run forward, run back to our dorm room, and call it a day. We don't have a nameplate on our door there for some reason. How do we know it's ours? Anyways, off to day 29. That skips both of the free time slots. We're going to continue finishing our search of each room, so go ahead and move everyone to to whatever room is next. I recommend doing 2 full cycles in each room. Once you get to hang out with someone, just say, spend some time alone. That'll automatically move you to day 30. Probably going to need to heal ourselves up, so we'll do that. So go ahead and use Mom's warm milk. And since we're in here, I'm going to give someone the spirit bomb, just because I can. We're going to make one more Mom's warm milk. We don't need to make this Monokuma, so don't worry about it. We'll move everyone over to the gym. And then spend some time alone. That gets us to day 31. Again, don't need to worry about the Monokuma. And we have everyone, we have searched in every room every day. So now we're just going to move everyone over to clean. Until we get to day 41 and get that final Monokuma. And Byakuya, again, just doesn't move out of his spot for some reason. It's actually kind of fun to have someone who's supercharged sleep, because they have the aura as they're laying in bed. Look all Super Saiyan-y. Spend some time alone. We don't need to spend time with anyone. And we're on to day 32. Go ahead, have everyone clean. Spend some time alone, and that'll bring us to day 33. Again, we don't need to worry about the Monokuma, so just make sure you're not going to accidentally have anyone pass out, and just have everyone clean. And you can have them do whatever you want. If you want to keep searching, you know, have at it. Just, you don't really need to do anything. Spend some time alone, and that'll move us on to day 34. We'll have to turn in a Monokuma we didn't make. Just press the B button. Monokuma won't be happy with us, but it doesn't really mean anything. We'll get a new one, and again, we're going to ignore this one. Just like before, go send everyone to clean, but make sure you're not going to, you know, have anyone pass out by doing it. And then you can spend some time alone, and that'll send us to day 35. Day 35 is just our day off. We're just going to spend some time alone. For both of them, that'll get us through that real quick, and on to day 36. Again, we can skip the Monokuma, but make sure you're not going to make anyone pass out from working. Gave us some cleaning maestros, so we're going to use them. Might as well. Have nothing that's going to cause us to pass out, so we'll just do some resting. Or I mean some cleaning. Sorry about that. Spend some time alone, and we will move on to day 37. Again, we don't have to worry about the Monokuma, so just have everyone do whatever. Got a couple of level ups there. We're going to spend some time alone, and that'll move us on to day 38. More than likely, you should probably heal today, so you got a couple that are about to pass out, so we'll go and put one of Mom's warm milk. We're going to make one more. I'm not entirely sure we're going to need it, but we'll make one more just to be safe, and then you can start everyone cleaning. Spend some time alone, and that'll move us on to, what, day 39? All of the days in my guide are exactly the same now, so not entirely sure. I think we're heading into 39. Yep. Again, we don't need to work on the Monokuma. Just make sure you're not making anyone pass out. Do whatever you want. And I know this doesn't mean anything, but if he's going to keep giving us these items, I'm going to keep using them. Set tasks, make sure you're not going to pass any, or have anyone pass out, and start doing whatever you want. Spend some time alone. That'll move us to day 40, and this is our last day of not doing anything until we make the other Monokuma. So again, set everyone's tasks however you want. Just make sure you're not going to make anyone pass out, and we'll move on. Spend some time alone, and we'll make it to day 41. Again, we will have to press B to back out of the Build a Monokuma screen. The Build-A-Bear workshop. Monokuma will be very upset with us, and then we'll get our final Monokuma, the Warlock Kuma. And we need to make this. So, try to put aside the laziness we've built up the last 2 weeks or so. We need to make 10 Greek statues, right? Yes. We need 20 microchips. We need 30 secret book of poems. And we need 50 paint, which is why I had you make that one paint earlier. Now we can make it, and we don't actually have to do anything the rest of our playthrough. And now go ahead and make your Monokuma, and you're good to go. Once you have the Monokuma made, you don't have anything else to do. Just have everyone keep doing whatever you want. As long as you have that Monokuma made, you are good to go, sir. Or ma'am. Or if you don't like being called that, whatever. Whatever you would like me to call you. Go ahead and spend some time alone. We have no one else to spend time with, and nothing else to do. So 2 hangout sessions today, so just spend time alone for both of them. I recommend making a save here, just on the off chance that you screw something up. You'll have a save to go back to before the final Monokuma is made. So I'm going to make a save here just as a backup. And then you can just keep having everyone clean. Spend some time alone. Move on to day 44. Again, just make sure you're not making anyone pass out, and do whatever you want. And then spend some time alone, and we'll move on to day 45. At this point, you're spending more time using this end-of-day cutscene with Monokuma than you are doing your daily tasks. Oh, but he gave us a cheat sheet. We have to use it. Okay. Set tasks. Again, make sure you're not going to make anyone faint, and do whatever you want. Spend some time alone, and it'll be day 46. Have everyone do whatever you want, as long as you're not going to make them pass out, although at this point it doesn't even really matter that much. And spend some time alone to bring us to day 47. Day 47 is the last day to work on your Monokuma. Or I'm sorry, it is not. It's the last day to work on any consumables. That's my bad. By this point, you shouldn't have any consumables you need to work on, so just make sure you're not going to make anyone pass out, and you can do your whatever you want for your tasks. We're going to spend some time alone, and that'll bring us to day 48. Day 48 is the last day you can search for your Monokuma. So, sorry about that. Got a little bit ahead of myself. There's been nothing going on. I got too excited when something happened. We're going to do something really stupid for our last day, though. This is our last day. As long as you have the Monokuma made, of course. Everyone is supercharged. Go ahead and make a save here. Another one, just as a precaution. Again, be careful of your save slot and save 30. But with that done, we're actually going to do something really stupid here. Why not, right? Everyone is on fire while they sleep. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to do that. I had nothing else to do. Day 48, we're going to go meet with someone today. Like we have on all of our other playthroughs. We're just going to make sure that we have our 3 classmates at 10 hearts. And then we're going to make another save. Again, it doesn't really matter where. Just don't do it over your 30th save slot where you had the save for the gallery items. We just have that 48th day save so that if one of the school mode endings doesn't work out, you can jump back in and try to get the Trigger Happy Havoc event for everyone. Again, we turn in the Monokuma today, so make sure you can hit the 1 column under Owned, and if you can, press B to back out. If you can't, reload a save until you can, because you need to finish this one. You'll back out, you'll get your trip tickets and 200 more coins to get you to $9.99, more than likely. And now we just have 4 straight free time sessions, so spend some time alone. This is how I hang out with people. Oh, there's a bunch of people outside. I'm going to spend some time alone. We'll move on to day 50 and we'll do it twice more. Spend some time alone. And spend some time alone, and that'll bring us to day 51, and we'll do these final scenes again. I know I am repeating a lot of information, but just like before, you will wind up in the gymnasium, and the 3 classmates that you got to 10 hearts will be sitting or standing in the gym with you. If they are not there, that means you did not reach 10 hearts, or you did not trigger their Trigger Happy Heart event, or both, maybe. And that's why we made a couple of backup saves, so you can go back and fix that. If for some reason these endings don't trigger because the classmates aren't standing there. But for us, there should be Sakura, Toko, and Yasuhiro standing here. And we're going to do them in that order, just like we did in the playthrough. So after all the dialogue, you can see our three classmates standing there. We're going to start with Sakura here. Once the dialogue option appears, we're going to choose Mental Fortitude. And then once we get Sakura's underwear, we will choose Yes. Now we're going to pick Toko. Just make sure you get Toko and not Yasuhiro, though it doesn't really matter, I suppose. For Yasuhiro, you just pick Attend That Seminar. For Toko, once the dialogue pops up, we're going to choose We're Friends. And then again, once all the dialogue is over and we get her undergarments, we're going to choose Yes. And finally, that brings us to Yasuhiro. So chat with him. Once the dialogue pops up, you're going to choose Attend That Seminar. And just skip to the end. That is the end of all of our school mode endings. So once you get his undergarments, there it is. Just took a while. The School's Out Forever achievement, 40G. That's achievement number 34 of 38 for us. And we should have 730G in total. Okay, folks, Bunky Cook here, popping in post-production again for a little bit of a message. We had a bit of a mistake, so I just re-recorded like the next minute and a half. Not that big of a deal, just a bit of a video glitch. So I wound up having to pop back in here. You'll notice that the achievement tracker is up in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and I have the two white noise lines favorited so we can track the white noise line. So we're going to be tackling that next. There was just a bit of a hitch with the video there, so I had to re-record a little bit of this, and in the re-recording I forgot to explain that I had set up the achievement tracker, but everything else is good to go from this point on, so I'll just send it back to past Bonky Kook. Okay, and back at the main menu, we only have a couple of things left to do. We're going to do our white noise lines here. So go ahead, and once you have backed out of the school mode and got that ending, go to Chapter Select. We're going to go to Chapter 5. We're going to go to Class Trial. Mean difficulty for both. hit OK, and hit yes. Once it brings us to the trial menu, we're going to go to Set Skills. Now, there are 3 that we want to equip: Tranquility, Cheat Code, and Steal Patience. So we'll get Tranquility, Cheat Code, and Steal Patience. The other ones are fine. You can keep the other ones equipped. Just go in and make sure they don't unequip themselves, and then finish preparations. They aren't entirely necessary, but it makes things a little bit easier.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
We're going to start the trial, and then we're going to immediately save. And we need to get to the 3rd non-stop debate. So follow along with what I say here. We're going to have a multiple choice answer to start, and we need Kyoko's gloves. We're going to fire fake nails here. And keep in mind, you may have some white noise lines to deal with here, and you're going to have a ton of options. So, as I said, we are on hard, but you don't have to be perfect. Just choose fake nails. And then when Yasuhiro says, must have been wearing gloves, you can shoot that, and again, hitting the white noise lines, you tap A to shoot at them, and then you have to fire your truth bullet after. If you redo a sequence, the white noise lines will reappear, so you have to learn how to get rid of the white noise line and fire your truth bullet in the same run of the sequence. So it might take you a couple times to get used to it, but again, it's not that big of a deal. We're not trying to be good, we're just trying to get to the perfect sequence for grinding out those white noise lines. So we'll skip ahead here. We'll get another non-stop debate. This time we need tattoo on the right hand. And then we need to fire that when Aoi says we can't identify the body. And again, even with me, who's played this multiple times, these can be a little frustrating and difficult. So in that case, you don't really have to shoot any of the white noise lines. You can fire your bullet while they're spinning. Next is going to be an evidence select. We need Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. So go ahead and select that with Y. And then we're going to get a Hangman's Gambit, and the word is wolf, W-O-L-F. On hard, you might have yellow or green, which means you just have to shoot the letters more. So there's our W, there's our L, and now we just need an F. And again, the only real difference is you might have more letters than easy, and the yellow color takes 3 hits to put a letter in, but it's not that much more difficult than what we've been doing. We need 2 more multiple choice answers coming up here. The first is Makoto and Kyoko. And the next is at 9 o'clock, and we're going to save immediately after choosing this. So, at 9 o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m.
So go ahead and save, just on the off chance something screws up. Maybe the power goes out, you'll have this save to go back to. Make sure you don't save over slot 30, which is the gallery save. Hopefully you took my advice and did that. And just keep in mind, we're going to have a non-stop debate here with some white noise lines. More than likely, the first couple of times you do this, you're going to fail. It's okay. If you do fail at the sequence, you just get to pop back in at the beginning of the sequence. There's no penalty for failing, and your progress on the white noise lines does not reset. Once you get good at shooting the white noise lines, your timer never really goes down. So this is a perfect spot to grind it out. And that's why we're coming here. So have the tracker on. As you see, I have the achievement tracker on in the bottom right, and I've made the 2 white noise line achievements a favorite. But for this, we're not even bothering with the truth bullet. We're just going to be shooting the white noise lines. So there's one there. There's going to be 4 that pop in on the left here. And you do have to be relatively quick. There's going to be one that pops in here, and another one that pops in here. And then you'll have 4 more over on the left. And then 1 more down below. And that's it. And again, I've done this multiple times. So you can watch the progress in the bottom left there. I don't recommend using, or bottom right, I don't recommend using the B button to skip much here. Because the timing is a little weird. If you want to mess around with it, feel free. But it sometimes messes up how long the white noise lines are on the screen, which can make it difficult to get a perfect run. So we're going to be doing this probably for the next 20 minutes. As I said, I'm going to show you every minute. Not going to skip ahead, so... And see, I pressed the B button to skip there, and I barely had time to get all 4 of them.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah. It's easy to miss them, even with the skills that, stop our cursor from moving, which is what I equipped. The one that we don't get penalized for shooting statements.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
You're going to be really sick of Byakuya saying objections.
Murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have it.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
But if you've been watching our timer in the upper right, it never goes down. It always ends at like a minute 52. Because if we do this perfectly, we get more time than we lose. And that's why it's a great spot to grind this out. There are other statements, if you don't, or if you fail at them, you can restart them. But very few of them give you more time back than you lose.
Somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have...
So there's, we're a fifth of the way through already there. I don't think any of you want to hear me talk for another 15 to 20 minutes about nothing, so I'm probably going to shut up here. But I will stay with you and grind out all of these.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to
Commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to
Commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to...
Commit murder. Right. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough
Time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to...
Commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame for them. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have enough. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame for it took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have it now. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
We're about halfway through now.
Established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have an alibi. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have an alibi. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame for them. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit murder. Like so Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
I think we hit 300.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be...
We've established a time frame
for the murder.
that took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
Night and 9
o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have a...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time.
To commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be...
Think we hit 400 now, so we're in the home stretch.
Time frame
for the murder.
that took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
Night and 9 o'clock
in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time.
To commit murder. Right. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be...
We've established a time
Frame for the murder.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
Night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time.
Time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the... We've
Established a time
frame. It
took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
night and
9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be...
We've established a time frame
For the murder. It took
place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
night and 9 o'clock
in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have enough...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's
More than enough time.
to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be...
We've established a time
Frame. It took
place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
and 9 o'clock
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have enough...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time.
to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any...
Almost there. Couple more cycles.
We've established a time frame. It took
Place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
night and 9 o'clock
in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time.
Time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be... We've established a time frame. It took
Place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
night and 9
o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit
Murder. Right. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be... We've established
a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between...
And there we go, folks. Those are the two white noise line achievements. What? That should get us to 35 and 36 out of 38, up to 780 gamer score. The only achievement we have left is to collect every possible present. Now, once you get done with this, go ahead and...
And 9 o'clock in the morning.
we're actually going to finish this statement. So what we need to do is get the sprinkler truth bullet out with left bumper, so select it, and then we're going to fire sprinklers when Byakuya says 10 o'clock at night.
We've established a time frame.
It took place somewhere between...
Once you get to the normal text, just like we did in the very first trial,
The murder couldn't have happened anywhere near...
we're going to go ahead and save.
to have taken place way later.
And then we're going to return to the title. Go ahead and load the save you just made, and we need to go to Extra and the School Store. Now, keep in mind that your percentage might be a little bit different than mine, but no matter what, and I'm going to let me turn off the achievement tracker so you can see the repeat percent. No matter what, you should have enough to get you to the end. At worst, I think you're going to be at like 87%. Because I believe at worst you were at 85, then we did 2 rolls that got you up to 87. So at worst you should be at 87% if my math is right. Okay, so I did some quick math, and if you are at 87.48%, you are still fine. You have enough coins to do this. If you have any less of a percent than that, you have 2 options here. Because what we're going to do is we're just going to put in enough coins to get us a repeat percent of 0, which will always guarantee us a new item. We have no other use for our coins. However, if you have less than 87.48%, and I guess potentially it's possible you are lower than that, you either need to grind out more coins, which doing one run of the Chapter 1 trial on hard will get you enough, or you need to put less coins in. So if you drop like 10 coins off of each, for example, if we did 75 instead of 85, that would be enough for another roll at the end, but you would need to guarantee that you're getting a new item every roll. So you have two options to approach this if you are below 87.48%. If you are any lower than that, you either will need to put in some coins and then grind some more coins out, or you need to put less coins in so that you'll have extra rolls at the end. However you want to handle that is up to you. For us, we have enough coins to figure out or finish off our collection here, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start, we put in 85, and we might have to deal with some lucky rolls and all that, but now we're going to put 86 in, and we're going to have to do this all the way up to 92 coins, but unfortunately, there's a good chance we're going to trigger this exploding rocket capsule machine and the lucky things, which will take a extra couple minutes to get us to our achievements. How dare they? How dare they? There also is a chance with all these lucky spins that you get an extra item, an extra new item, so that could always help you as well. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the lucky spins are just 1 coin spins, so there's not a very high chance of getting a new item, but it can happen. Either way, just keep dropping the maximum amount of coins in that gets you a 0% repeat chance, so we'll put 87 in now. $88 next. $89. In a way, I almost wish you could turn off the lucky spins, because at this point, it just... really, there's no chance of the lucky spins giving us a new item. There is, but... we're just being blocked from our sweet, sweet completion by trash. Okay, not really trash, but... And this will be our last spin, folks. For our playthrough anyways. You might need a couple more. But as you can see in the bottom left, if you started with 999 coins, you should still have some coins left to make at least 3 more spins. And there is the Seriously You Shouldn't Have achievement for collecting every possible present. And the All Achievements achievement for collecting every other achievement in the game, folks. And there you have it. I'm not entirely sure how long this entire playthrough went. I think it was more close to the 25-hour mark than I was hoping. But as you can see there, we got our 1000G in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. As always, if you have any questions or comments for me, reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer them. I am looking to start doing a Danganronpa 2 achievement walkthrough just like this one. So if you enjoyed this one, I hope you will take a look at my Danganronpa 2 one as well, although I'm going to be busy with a kitty and a puppy and some vacation coming up here, so we'll see when I get to it, but I do plan on making a Danganronpa 2 walkthrough as well. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer them, but if not, I'll see you guys next time.